All right, it's my last day on the trail. This is the Mount Race Ledges. We came from back there. And just got a call from my dad. Seems to be doing okay. He had a minor heart attack. There was a stent that they were going to put in like 30 years ago and never put in. And you know how guys are. So he's in the hospital. And luckily I'll be finishing a day early and I can get off the trail and go visit and help with his transition home. But it's a beautiful day. An even better section of Race Ledges. We are in the Mount Race Ledges. Beautiful view. Well, it looks like for this section of Massachusetts, Mountain Laurel is not past its prime. It's actually pretty much in full bloom, or maybe just a tad past. This isn't going to come out on camera about how pretty this is. But hey, a little reminiscent of the White Mountains in certain sections of New York and New Jersey. But yeah, this entire pathway down is lined with mountain laurel. It's another pink one. This section here is really resplendent with flowers. Just everywhere you look. Look at this. Above, below, to the side.
Leave me alone, you big lug.
Yeah, look on somebody your own side.
Hey, buddy. About 4 miles outside of Great Barrington, entering into this pine forest. It's so quiet. Amazing little trail magic at the end of my journey, 0.5 miles away from Route 7. Well, I'm done. 500 miles later, 39 days, if you include the first day of travel. And we're gonna all enjoy a zero together. Then my wife's gonna come pick me up, and then I'm gonna go down and see my dad. Well, I am in Great Barrington and at the Travel Lodge, and I'll be taking a zero tomorrow, which is my 40th day. I didn't plan for my 40th day to be a zero, but Viking and Trekker and Julio are all taking a zero as well, so it's a good opportunity to also say goodbye to them. This is a kind of a bittersweet day, and I'll talk more about that tomorrow, but one thing I wanted to reflect on today before I go to bed soon is this idea of trail magic. And it was kind of interesting in the last half mile to get that extra bit of trail magic. We were coming through a really dry section of trail. All the water sources were either really unpalatable or had dried up. And one of the hikers who was with us, Squirrel, she was almost out of water. She was going on another 3 miles. And so to come to Trail Magic right there, and for them, they had cold water and watermelon, and they had a grill ready for us, and all that. It was really special. And I just thought it's such a big part of the trail experience. I thought I'd just share a little bit about why I think people do trail magic. What gets in people that they want to do such a thing. Well, I think like the group that was doing this for us tonight, it was a ministry opportunity. There are a number of churches and other or people of faith or whatever the case might be who see this as an opportunity to spread a little love and maybe um, help people experience the love of Christ in some way or even just serve their neighbor. Like today, we were talking with some of the people just about how you serve the least of these. Jesus says the way that you serve the least of these, this is how you serve Christ. But I think probably the most common reason that people do trail magic is they have some connection to the trail. Very often, this is someone who has hiked one of the long trails before, maybe section hiked or done a through hike, or they have someone close to them who has done that and has really benefited from trail magic, and just that powerful experience of gratitude. Often, at just the right moment when you, like today, physically needed water, or you needed that emotional support, or whatever it might be, and just how much that little gift of generosity makes an outsized impact in your world, especially on the trail where you have only what you can carry. Every little gift means something. And so I think that's one of the big reasons why people do it, is if they can't pay back to the people who've done it to them, then they want to pay it forward so that others can share in that same kind of experience. When I was on the long trail in Vermont, one Saturday morning, I woke up and I saw this guy walking down. We were only about a mile and a half from the road at that point, and I saw this guy walking down with a big bag in his hand, and it turned out he had like 24 donuts in his bag, and he told, and I had a Boston cream, and he shared that his son had done the Appalachian Trail like 2 years before, and how much trail magic had been such a great experience for him that he wanted to share that with other people so they could have that experience as well. So I guess the way I would sum that up is just there is this real sense in which generosity creates gratitude, and gratitude expresses itself in generosity. It's a continuing cycle. I think when it doesn't move us to generosity, I think there's something has gone wrong in the process of gratitude in us. Maybe we've taken it for granted, you could say. So anyway, that's probably one of the biggest reasons. But there's one more reason that I thought is important to highlight. And we saw this in a couple of groups, and maybe that, that instance of really great trail magic where the people came to the shelter. And that is that the trail, people hike for all different kinds of reasons. But some people hike to find something. They get lost in a way, they get lost in the wilderness because they're searching for something else and they hope to find it. And for a lot of people, that is a sense of belonging. They're trying to find out who they are and who their people are, something along that kind of sense of identity. And you'll find a lot of people gather together, and what they really love about trail magic is doing it together and sharing that experience of seeing this incredible gratitude, how much joy you can bring to people, and that really brings them together as people. And I think we saw that in that group that was called Moving Mountains and More. I guess they have a Facebook group which I'll check out now that I'm off the trail. And so anyway, that's my thoughts on trail magic. And even just obviously I'm connecting these things to the journey of life, and I think in life there are moments of trail magic where someone comes through and gives us just what we need, that encouragement. Maybe it's a glass of water, a hug, an invitation, whatever it might be. And I think it's really important to be grateful, not just to them, but especially in the way that trail magic works on the trail, to pay it forward, to generate that experience for others, to be grateful in such a way that we say, you know what, that was really amazing. I want others to share in that same kind of experience. And in many ways, that's why I do these videos and share with you, is because I'm experiencing things that I want you to share in, and I want you to have a little bit of that experience so that maybe you'll be motivated to generate some of that experience for others. So I hope that watching this and considering this today, you might reflect on some of the trail magic you've received in your life's journey and some of the ways that you could generate that same kind of magic for others. So that's my thought for today. I have some final closing thoughts for tomorrow, and I hope you have enjoyed this and benefited from this. I've really enjoyed sharing some of my journey.